And we are live. Welcome to our wonderful evening tonight of healing tools and light activation healing. You are in for a treat tonight. Homer will be sharing a lot of the different tools that he has, not all of them, that we've used in expos and in healings. And he's going to talk about those in a little bit more detail, and I'll be sharing some. And as you can see, we've got our crystal crowns on because we're really connecting in on a galactic level tonight. So light activation has many, many levels, and tonight we are focusing on the galactic, but we'll get into that. I'm Cindy Eyler, and we are here to discuss these healing tools with light activation healing, and this is...
And I am Homer Castillo, and welcome for Galactic Evening.
And?
and
Go ahead.
And this is...
And this is Ai Ozawa, and welcome everyone to amazing evening of intergalactic connections.
Yeah, so I just want to, let you know, because you probably don't know this. This is the high level power team right here. Cindy, Homer, and I. So I and Homer are co-directors, and I'm the founder, but we really just all work equally together. And that's just the way it's been for years. When they came in shortly after I started teaching this, and then we just ended up doing radio together and expos together and all kinds of things together. So we've just continued that. We've been teaching for many years together, and it's just an amazing experience. We just love, love, love every word of these teachings, every frequency of these teachings. It's just so multifaceted. As you see, we have come on every week and done a couple different shows on just different things, and it's just so broad. So let's get into this. We are working on galactic level tonight, so we will be doing some galactic readings with the help of behind Homer. He has the pyramid, which he'll talk about, plus his power disc. So you'll be hearing about that as well. And we'll be tapping in. We'll let you know who we are tapping in with in the galactic. And we will be doing little mini reading healings with random people where we feel guided to call on, if you want to have one, just say, I'm in. And we will see where we're guided and see how many we can do tonight. So thank you for being here. Okay, so I think the best place to start is with Homer. And Homer, you can do the tools as you want, but I've been sensing that the best thing to start with is your crown, and then your pyramid, and then you can move into the other tools.
Right.
And everybody here, if you want to be considered for a galactic healing reading, just say, I'm in, and we will choose randomly where we feel guided. Also, just know that we are already channeling in some very high star frequencies right now. We have been already warming up for days. So just take some really deep breaths and receive the frequencies that are here for you tonight. Don't be too much like being distracted by things. Just really receive the frequencies. So, okay, Homer, I'd love to hear you tell them about your crown, because I feel like that is such a major piece. Even though it's your crown, it's such a centerpiece for light activation healing. And so you go, and then I want to say a little bit about you and that crown when you're done.
All right. Well, it was, I believe, 15 years ago when I got an intuitive hit.
Sorry, I tried to put you there.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
So I got a intuitive hit from my star people, a vision actually of a healing crown that I wore, that I currently wear in the academy where I do my work out there in space. So I have many crowns, but they gave me, they gave me a visual, and this is what it looks like. So it serves as a pyramid. So see how the pyramid of the crown goes like that. So it amplifies the frequency and my connection. And the feathers are for ceremonial purposes. I actually have feathers too on my crown out there in space. So this is it. And I would wear it, but I'm wearing headphones right now. But let's see if you could see it. So this is my crown. And now I am going to. So this is the stand of the crown, and this is my crown over here. So when I do wear it, I'm completely different when I have it on. Whenever I do my work, I'm very serious and very focused. So when I have this on, I'm very focused, and my colleagues would tell me I look very different when I have it on, and I feel very different when I have it on, and I sound different when I have it on. So there you go.
So do you want to point out, because you can't really see it that well, you have some crystals on there?
I do, yeah.
And
so yes.
So that one in the front?
Yeah, so I actually changed this. I had a moldavite right here in the front, but I think I lost it. So I replaced it with another crystal, and I believe this is that celestinite? It's the blue one. Yeah, it's celestite. That one. And also,
you got that from Sedona, right? I had totally forgotten about that. I think you got that from Sedona.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Peru. Oh, not Peru. Yeah,
no,
Sedona. Okay.
Sedona.
Yeah, Cindy would know. And so this symbol is actually my family symbol in out there in space from my tribe right here. So it actually has different colors, but for the sake of my crown, I kept it gold because gold, along with my pyramids, it's just a high-powered color, and I just painted everything gold. And actually, the feathers that you see here are the shortest ones I have. Usually, the ones I have with this crown are 6 feet long.
Yes, and
because I have so many things in the background, I didn't want to knock things over. And they will tell you, I and Cindy, they've been poked in the eye many times. Every time I turn my head.
Yeah, that, and especially when he wears he has these, I don't know what you call them, cuffs.
Yeah, bracelets.
And they have feathers that come out too. So you better just stand back.
So here is one of my bracelets. And this is also part of the uniform that I would wear in space. And this is just the earthly replica of it.
And show them where the feathers usually go.
Right over here.
In those 3 little.
So let me see. See? There you go. But yeah, just that alone, can put it in the eye. Yeah.
So I wanted to mention, when he does wear his crown, he is like completely different. You won't see him even cracking a smile. Right. He is extremely serious. He's completely different. He's completely focused, and I'm getting chills. He is just, it feels like a whole healing team within him and his healing tribe, or however you want to call it, Homer.
And I am an emissary, so I'm representing my people. And we are very graceful when we do our work, and very elegant, and just really focused when we do our work. But we know how to party too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. on special occasions, like when we hit a huge ascension leap level, then we get to have parties with the star people, but they usually are pretty serious.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to our work. So when we're teaching our classes, we tell our students that we are also being watched because our team of teachers, of light activation teachers that work with us, they will tell us, like, stop doing that. They will be very strict with us before they will with anyone else.
And they know we joke around a lot, but they
Right.
keep us in line.
Right. And it's a lot of times when it's unexpected, like you wouldn't think that they would get like upset about certain things, but out of the blue, they'll just say, stop it. Or, you know what? Just stop doing that. It's like, and you hear it so clear. It's like, oops, okay, well, I just got in trouble with that one. They didn't want me saying that. And they will, and they'll even talk through us at each other and like say, like, stop saying that or whatever. But it just like comes out so strong and direct.
Yeah, Cindy did that to me once, but she was channeling. And
It was so weird because I just turned and I was just like, stop it or something like that.
At first, I was like, did she have her coffee this morning?
And then I guess I didn't realize that Comer was like, what in the heck? Why did she just say it like that?
I mean, it was a galactic scolding.
It was so, it was short, but it was like intense.
And I can be that way sometimes too.
Yeah. And then after, when we were on a break, he goes, did the star people tell you to say that to me? And I was like, oh my gosh, that just like flew out of my mouth. I didn't even know where that came from. That was so like, they'll just spit it right out of your mouth. Not spit, but you know. Yeah. So that happens. And so they're very strict because they always want us to teach the best, the highest level we can. They're very adamant that people learn the technique the way that it needs to be learned and the way it needs to be handled with clients. They're very specific and picky about that. So yeah, that's why everyone who takes a class ends up being so amazing in their healing abilities, because they not only have us who are very seasoned teachers, but we have this team of teachers that teach the teachers too and teach the students. So it's pretty amazing. So again, they are here with us tonight and they are bringing in frequencies, healing frequencies for everyone. And I just feel the star consciousness as a whole really excited tonight and really beaming down the frequencies on us. So, okay. The crown is a big deal. It really is. And then, okay, let's get into did you want to show something else?
Well, the thing is, when I first met Cindy, this is how we met also. Well, we met before, but when she was doing my healing, I was showing her a few of the galactic symbols, and she was very... were you surprised, Cindy?
I was like, he's like, do you feel anything? And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this?
And then you were telling me you were connecting with the star people. And I was like, here you go. I have many. And this was the catalyst to the pyramids. These are galactic Atlantean healing wands or paddles that I was guided to make. Well, my dad and I. So my dad and I would create healing tools, and these were the very first healing tools. Everything has a meaning. Like this one, for example, it's used to clear the aura and balance the meridian flows on all sides of the body.
Nice.
So it was from that, and then we created the healing crown. And I don't know if you can see it right behind me, but we created a healing staff, because that was part of the vision that I was receiving, was to build a staff with a high-powered crystal at the very top. And that's called a Vogel crystal. And from there, we just started to create a pyramid. So we would participate in the New Living Expo in San Francisco. And that's a big intuitive fair with a lot of people that would, do readings, healings, you name it.
Holistic.
Yeah, holistic, massage, everything. So we did have one pyramid 1 year, but we would have 3 tables at the expo. So it was that 1 year where I was hearing messages from my healing team to build 3. So that night that I received the information, I drew a quick sketch just like this. And this sketch is the only thing my dad and I had to work with. So we had no manual, we had no measurements whatsoever, only this drawing. And this is what we always referred to every time we would work on even a little piece of the pyramid.
Can you push it closer to the camera so they can see it? Yeah, see, so there's the moon pyramid, the sun, and then the star system.
So
And he'll
yes.
explain that.
Yeah, so each pyramid had, we were guided to create different frequencies and different sacred geometry shapes. So the one in the middle is the sun pyramid, and that's my 16-footer. So it's 16 feet tall, and it's a 3-sided pyramid. And the frequency from the guidance I was getting was to make it more masculine, like more, what's the word, Cindy? Like more in your face.
Powerful.
Powerful. Yes, that one. And then the moon pyramid right here, it's supposed to be softer. And this is a 4-sided pyramid. And here's the moon. And every shape that you can find on the pyramid has a meaning. So in this pyramid, and I do have pictures I'll show you later, it has all the cycles of the moon and also the different phases of the moon on the top. So,
and an octahedron inside.
oh
right?
yeah, and then there's just like what you see spinning, there is a smaller sacred geometry shape spinning in each of these pyramids. And so, and then the star pyramid is a combination of both.
Right. And one, I just want to interrupt you. That the moon pyramid has the octahedron. And if you have been around, you know that manifesting with the moon cycles is very powerful. So putting the octahedron, which is a manifesting sacred geometry shape, it just is amazing. And when you lay underneath these spinning sacred geometry shapes and these pyramids, it literally takes you out of this world. Okay, go ahead,
feel it
Homer.
now. But yeah, so the star pyramid right here is a combination of both and beyond. But when I was making this drawing right here, I had to think of, well, I was told, build a star pyramid. So I had to think about, okay, what star system can I use that people would know? So Pleiades came to mind. And so this was a sketch of the Pleiades star system. But in actuality, it's all of these pyramids together. They are representing all the star systems around the universe, not just one, all. And each one has a touch of many galactic influences. And even the sun pyramid has a rock from Egypt on it.
Yes.
And also the moon pyramid has a small rock from Peru.
Whoa.
And also, because the pyramid, you see the angles. So we were guided to not only have the pyramids in angles, but also to have curves. So like the bracelet, for example, you would see the curves because it needed to, well, have a balance of angles and curves.
Right.
And with every single piece, inside we have crystal powder and sage leaves.
So you can keep talking, Homer. I'm going to put up a picture, the one that's actually on the announcement for tonight, because that is a picture of all of the pyramids in their full-fledged. So I thought I would, let's just remove all of us for 1 second.
Well, I do have that picture.
Oh, I don't want to.
No, I do have that picture.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
This one that's in the background?
Yeah, so I can show that.
Okay, yeah, if you can show that, because it shows them all set up. They're so tall.
Yeah, but I do want to explain one little thing. So if
yeah,
you can see it.
If you see Homer with that one behind him, that's only the bottom half.
Yeah, the top portion is very expansive.
Right.
And this is the smallest pyramid I have that can fit in a standard room. So I would use this when I would do in-person sessions.
Yep.
Yep. So I don't know if you could see it, but there's a wire wrap right here.
No, you can't really see it, but it's
Oh, you
so tightly wrapped.
Yeah, it's tightly wrapped. So my dad, he's an engineer, so he knows a lot about electricity and he knows a lot of things. But he said,
He's a star person himself, and a lot of weird things happen with him
yeah.
too.
I mean, I'm a descendant of many healers and shamans. So yeah, my dad would have it. I mean, he would have the knowledge, but he would tell me, you know, we can really amplify our copper healing tools if we have a wire wrap because it'll serve as a generator. So, let's see, you can see it. But so he devised a way to, he created like a pulley system. It was so elaborate, and we had to work together to create that. But the wire is tightly wound in certain areas, and inside the sections too is a metal wire. So with the wire wrap, it forms a generator. So it will amplify the frequency that we're already channeling.
Believe me, it's every little piece of these pyramids have a purpose.
So
And
so one year I did get the message to make it, and for the following expo, the following year, and it took us a year to finish everything. And so from the time I got the message to make it, which was at one of the expos, it took us a year to finish it, and we only finished 2 days before the expo the following year.
yeah,
I don't know how
it
we
was
did it.
an intense year for them.
And I even showed my dad the healing wand, and he said, "We created that." I said, "Yeah."
Oh my
So
God.
he couldn't believe it. So when we do healings, we also use crystals as well. So we devise a healing wand that has a laser. So, and then yeah, here we go.
Do you have that picture of us working with those on you?
I do have a picture. Do you want me to start?
No, the one that I'm gonna share my screen to show you this picture.
Yeah.
In fact, because I don't think you have. I don't know if you have it, but
Not on hand. And I had to turn on the air conditioner because it's really warm in here right now. I have everything going on, and the laser discs are going on too. Oh,
so this is me with the green one and I with the violet one working on Homer. And we have this crystal bowl going. We have the sacred geometry in the background. And then these are two of the pyramids.
And also the bed sheets had sacred geometry underneath the
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, I think you probably had your power disc down there too.
Oh yeah, and I had the power discs under each table, and you'll see later it has crystals that just point up to the person laying on the table.
Okay, so Homer, do you want to start showing the different?
Okay.
I stopped screen sharing. Okay.
Okay.
So,
share. Can I share now?
Yep. Here you go.
It?
Yep.
All right. So where should I begin? How about the laser wand? Can you see that?
Yep. Can you enlarge it? There. Good.
Like that.
Yeah.
So this would also serve as an amplifier of the frequency that we are utilizing. And even though you see green, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. Many other colors bringing in or being brought in. So that's that. Let's see. So this is my one of my laser discs. Cindy, do you want me to talk about the pyramids first, or just...
Yeah, can you show a picture of the pyramid since you yeah, let's just finish that. The one that shows all the pyramids.
Oh yeah, I want to show you my pyramid in the front. This is what I have in my front yard. So sometimes I would have you know, like tour groups, or sometimes I would catch Jehovah's Witnesses because they go around the neighborhood taking pictures. So they were probably wondering what that was about.
I'm surprised they took a picture.
Yeah. Let's see. So the pyramids, here's one. This is when I'm working at the Pathway Center where I used to do in-person sessions. And I would just create a galactic portal right before my client would come in. And this is a picture of the 3 pyramids. You can't really see it. Can you guys see that?
Can you enlarge? Yeah, there
How's
you
that?
go. So
Yes.
yeah, see the tops? How tall that sun pyramid is. It's cut off at the top. It's not even showing all the
Yeah.
rays.
Mhm.
But you can at least see the tops to the pyramid. So you see the one he's sitting under now is just the bottom portion.
Yeah, so that's this one right here. Can you see my pointer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the what you're seeing now.
Can
And
you
also,
enlarge that more?
yeah, I could enlarge it, but it's not clear.
Okay.
Oh.
And what you notice too are feathers. So feathers bring in the ceremony. So that's why a lot of the healing tools have feathers. With everything that we would make, we would make sure that we would have a feather.
Always got to have feathers.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, and my yard is really charged up. This is Stonehenge in my front yard.
That's his other side of his front yard.
Yeah. So I would say I'm gonna take a trip to Stonehenge finally, but it's only in my front yard. Um, I even set up the moon pyramid in my front yard for one afternoon, and the neighbors were wondering, "What is this?" Because you could see it from far away. So as you can see, it has the crescent moon, and it has a full moon, and also right here, it's a representative of a star. Oops, what's that? And then this is the octahedron, and
Yeah.
if you see
good.
behind me, you will see the different phases of the moon with galactic terms imposed or attached with each of the smaller shapes. And also I have galactic words on the side of the pyramid, and it tells a story with all 3 pyramids together. It's telling a story, and I call it the story of the song of creation.
Hmm.
So when all the pyramids are together, they harmonize, they sing a song.
Hmm.
And every time I bring them out, they are so happy. So every time I would
They
bring
need
them
to be let out again soon.
Yeah.
I think our next class that we teach next July, we just have to rent a place that has high ceilings and space so we could set up all your pyramids.
And the thing is, now I need to rent a U-Haul to carry a lot of the things. Because every year we would just create more and more healing tools. So I have one over my bed. I have one over my massage chair. And my dad.
Oh, can you go back to that picture for a minute and zoom in on something? The first thing is the power disc that's on that little brown table.
And I do have a picture of that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we will be working with tonight when we do the galactic readings.
And I will show you a different view of it as well.
Wait, I wanted you to show your crown.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll do that. So this is the galactic disc that you were speaking of.
Right.
With galactic words on here.
Right.
And
imagine that underneath your healing table.
So some of my clients would tell me if I had something right under the bed because they could feel, the points of the crystal protruding, like they could actually feel it. And they said, "Did you put this under the mattress?" And no, it's under the massage table. So this is the crown with with the feathers that usually go with the crown. And there is moldavite as well. And one crystal that points directly into my crown chakra.
Right.
And also what you're seeing is the crown on the crown stand. And the one that keeps it in place is what we call the Ankh. So that's a symbol found in ancient Egypt, but also in Atlantis and even beyond. and I think it's called the key of life. So here it's the key to my crown.
Key
And
to many universes and portals and star systems.
and this is a picture of the staff that I have right behind me.
So that one has the wrapped copper, right? Can you zoom in on that
Yes.
so they can get an idea of what you're talking about?
So it gets blurry, but it's right there, right?
Yeah, it's
Every
really,
time you see the orange or the red, that is where the wraps are.
it's so precision perfect.
And with this one, I have the colors of the chakras, like stones that would attach itself to each of the symbols, and also my family symbol, which you can't really see, that's on my crown and also on my staff. Let's see. Here is my moon wand. So this is attached with my moon pyramid. So, oh, and the crystal you see here, it was blessed by the dolphins when we were in Hawaii. So it's also calling in the dolphin energy.
Who are also part of our healing system.
Yeah, they work with us too.
Very
And,
much. Especially
and
on the DNA level.
oh yes.
Totally.
And this is the sun wand. So both the moon wand and the sun wand, yeah, when any of us use it, it brings in additional frequency and it feels very powerful. And that's just one of the rooms in the center that I would do my work in. And let's see. Do you want a close-up?
Of what?
Well, I have the top of the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So even each of the rays that you see, they are just 6 feet. 6 feet long.
Wow.
And the circumference here, that is the circumference of a barbecue pit lid. So my dad and I, no, actually, this is our table outside. So we would use things around the yard to create each of our objects. Same thing with the moon, the top of the moon. And see, you can see more of the symbols right here. And also what you're seeing are pictures of our dress rehearsal. So the expo would usually be around the month of April. But my dad and I and my mom, we would have a dress rehearsal in the middle of summer and just assemble everything as if we were at the expo. So we would know where each piece goes and also record how each piece should go in. So I created a manual just to assemble the pyramid.
And a manual to how you pack it in the car.
Yeah, so we would only have one car. Can you believe that? And here is one of my other galactic disc. This is the heavy one.
That one in the middle is a huge crystal.
Very big, and the name of this crystal is Dear One. So that was the name I got for that crystal, and it's very heavy.
Very heavy.
And this is what happens too when I wear the crown, and when we're doing ceremonies together, we bring in a lot of visitors. So this is a picture in Mount Shasta, in one of the caves, and yeah.
We just finished doing a huge ceremony, and there was orbs everywhere. Everywhere. Orbs on top of orbs.
Yeah. So how's that?
That's really good.
Yep. Oh, and here's the top of the star.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is expansive.
So, yeah, every single star has the wire wrap. And every single star has a different measurement to it. And each location was precise. So they really had us, really be on top of that. So everything was, I still can't believe how we did that. And what you see here is a symbol. It's actually on my business card. And this is a word a written word in my star language, and it means healer, healing, or healed.
Yep. Isn't that what you have on your luggage?
Yes,
So
I
he
do.
puts his symbols on his luggage as well.
And with every symbol that we make, um, we have to have the right emotion to it. So a high vibrational emotion. So even when we created each piece of the pyramid, well, I had to do a ceremony on each of the copper pieces just to purify it, just like what we would do with a crystal. So we would bless the copper pieces. And also, my dad and I had to be in the right mood when we were creating each of the pyramids. Because when we would butt heads or argue, things wouldn't work out. And it would just take so long in, in our pyramid making.
Right. Well, when you're making those things, you're sitting in a super high vibration for how long you are doing it. Not only that, you're getting downloaded with those codes and information when you're sleeping, when you're eating, when you're breathing. So you're bound to, have releases, which
Totally.
can be uncomfortable, emotional, and lose patience and all those things because you're sitting in these high frequencies, and you did that for a year.
Yeah, and I did ask. I asked many times, what is the purpose? What is the reason? Why are we making the pyramids? And they said it's to help awaken your star brothers and star sisters. You do not have to tell them what it is. Let them tell you what it is, because they will tell me what it is in their own, where they're at spiritually, or what they can remember. So, like, I know what it is, but at the expo, I would, the people that would come to me, I would say, well, you tell me what it is. What do you see? What do you feel?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever has had the honor of being able to receive a healing under those pyramids, and those who have studied with us when we have had them set up for our students, are very, very blessed, because how many people actually get to have that experience?
Right.
So it's pretty amazing.
And I do have one, like what I said, over my massage chair. So when I'm under there and I take a nap, sometimes I lose sense of time. Like, what timeline am I in? Because here I am sitting in the chair having a conversation with my dad in the kitchen. And then I would wake up from that. And then I would say, weren't we just talking? And weren't you in the kitchen? And he would tell me, no, I'm sitting here at the dining table. And then I would wake up from that and I would say, didn't we just have a conversation and you're at the dining table? And he would say, no, I didn't say a word. So I was like in many different dimensions. And sometimes I have to ask myself, okay, what dimension am I in? Especially being under the pyramid.
Right.
After getting a massage from that massage chair.
Okay, so before we get into the galactic readings, because I'm very excited to offer those, I'm just going to show you a few of the tools that that I use, especially in in the healings or in ceremonies when we're on our spiritual journeys. So let me just bring this up. So this is, I made this actually. It's got crystal from Peru. Actually, all of this is from Peru. These are from the Peru Amazon jungle, and then different various feathers. I got these from the Amazon jungle as well. And then of course, this is their traditional symbol there. Of course, we have our shamans throughout the Amazon, throughout Peru that we work with. So after we left the Amazon, we had our shaman that takes us through many ceremonies through Cusco and the Sacred Valley and Machu Picchu. And he blessed all of these things. Homer had a bunch of stuff. I had a bunch of stuff. Also, there's a shaman's market there. So we got to buy all of our shaman ceremonial tool needs.
And their shaman was galactic oriented. So we had the perfect shaman.
Yes, totally. When he found out the kind of work I do, he was our guide the first year. But when he heard me leading a meditation, he was like, oh, he was so excited. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. We're going to have a whole different trip now because there's a proof of Atlantis here and Egypt and aliens and vortexes. And it just turned into this amazing trip that he was so excited, and so was I. This is, I make a lot of these powerful healing wands. This is just one that I made in one of our trips in Bimini. I cannot get this. So everything has meaning. And so I brought things for everybody that came. And as we went on the journey, it was a week journey. Every day we added something to the wand that had meaning. There's even sponge from the ocean. There was a lot of sponges. I'd never seen that until that year, washing up. But actually, we got the sponge from the healing hole, which we had talked about in another one of these segments. That's in mangroves out in the ocean. You can only get there at certain times. And you have to know where you're going. And it's a big, powerful vortex. And in there, the last time I told this story was when the shark was attacking us. It was in there that a sponge floated in, and we had been seeing sponges other places. We're like, is that a sponge in here? So we took it, and so it's on here. And the healing hole has a place here. There's so many aspects here. So this is just one of the kind of power wands. I'm making one for one of my longtime graduates of light activation. Right now it's sitting on my table. So we can use that, and it has specific meaning. And then this is just a love heart-based wand. I have a lot of wands, but these are just a couple that I use. But we have a lot of ceremonial tools because we do a lot of ceremonies at all of our spiritual journeys. We're doing lots of ceremonies, different kinds of ceremonies to release things, to bring things in, to intensify your abilities, your intuition, your healing, your ability to use your clairvoyance, or any of the things. So it just depends on what the spiritual journey is. We're focused on different things depending on where we're at. And in Bimini, the Bahamas, it's very Atlantean energy, very crystalline. It's a spiritual journey of purification to begin with. You feel so clean and so uplifted and so vibrant and so alive by the time that week is done. It is so life-changing. And even they have remnants, stones that are under the water that we got to swim in the water right above them. And it was so amazing. Like just the vibe. The vibe is amazing. So anyway, that's that. Do you want to share anything, I
don't actually have anything around me right now.
But we all have drums because we drum all the time. Yep. Flutes, shakers. We have a lot of instruments. We use instruments. We use Homer's frequency boxes.
Should I show you the inside of the frequency box?
Sure.
Okay, so this is, and I intentionally did not turn on the light because once it gets dark, you will start seeing the lasers going. But this is my frequency box with also many of the symbols in my star language. And this is on the inside.
Amazing.
So what's going on is
amazing.
So there is like a laser going on, and also there is a high-powered crystal that's sitting on top of it. And then it is being reflected when it's in the box. So it's just going to amplify each frequency.
Yeah, and we usually, we haven't used that in a long time on our journeys, but he used to bring it all the time. And once when we're going to tell this story in our next segment, because we're going to be doing supernatural experiences. We're going to be doing, what was the name of it, Homer? Eye-opening? No. Was it eye-opening? It wasn't eye-opening. It was something like that. Supernatural experiences.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that because he had that, and we're not going to tell the whole story, but he had that box, his frequency box with him. When we do our Mount Shasta journey once at night, we go up to the very top and we stargaze and UFO gaze.
So
and
we got a lot of visitors.
We had an amazing experience. We had lots of experiences, but one night the UFO interacted with us and it blew all of us away. And the next day we were everybody in the group, and that happened to be a pretty decent sized group.
Yeah.
Where like everybody was like, I don't know what happened to me. Like everybody was kind of like numb. They beamed at us. They beamed frequency.
Well, also the laser that was.
It was almost like the laser was pointing up, and then it beamed their laser back at us.
And there were many ships flying around that laser beam coming from this one. And
it did 3 times. That their laser at us was like beam, beam, bang. It was like this blue, brighter blue, bigger blue, brighter blue, bigger blue, and everybody, we were standing there and we all it pushed us back. We were like, whoa, like everybody started screaming. And then we even had someone in the group who was an older woman that's very proper and everything. And she said, fuck. Did she say fuck or shit? Oop, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
the F one or the S one?
No,
I think F.
But she said it so loud, and that is not her.
That's not her.
That is not her.
It was like Martha Stewart.
So everybody was in shock. And then she did that, which shocked us even more. And then she said, you know what? I know you guys talk about this all the time. It's not that I doubted it, but I'll go with it. But now you cannot say it doesn't exist. Because it just happened. And I just saw it with my own eyes. She's like, it's true. It was crazy. But
she did ask me later, how do you convince people what you saw? And I said, well, that's the thing. I do not convince people what I saw. I know what I saw.
Right.
And people will either believe me or not. But that doesn't matter because I am, speaking my truth. And this is what I saw.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, and the more that you recognize what you see and acknowledge it, the more you get. That's how the spirit realm works. Regardless if you're working with an angel or a fairy or a star being or guides, whatever, if you acknowledge that you got some sort of message or saw something and you acknowledge it, they go, oh, okay, they got that. So I can do that again. And they're going to get that. So the more you acknowledge, the more you get. And it's like you graduate more and more and more. And the more you stay on top of what you're doing and growing.
I mean, my healing team would give me food for symbols. And when they knew that those were good symbols to use for me, they would continue to give me those symbols for, the work I would do, healing work.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to do some galactic healing readings, and we're going to put the power disc up. Is that how we're going to do it, Homer?
We can. Yeah, you mean the picture?
Yeah.
Okay. So
are you going to put your crown on?
Well, I won't have my headphones on.
Oh.
Yeah. But I can still utilize it in a different way.
Okay.
There you go.
Can you make it bigger?
Like that?
Oh. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right.
Okay. So what we're going to do is tell you, because light activation is so multifaceted, multi-dimension, infinite. So we communicate with all different kinds of levels. And we talked about that the other night when we did the mysteries of light activation healing, when we were all of us were using a different technique. Well, this time we are going to be connecting with the star realm, I'll call it. And I will be tuning in to the Syrians that actually channeled light activation healing modality to me. So they're the Syrians, but they stand for and with star consciousness, meaning all of the star systems that support this work. Now, not all star systems support healing. There's all kinds of different things out there. But like somebody asked me at a Deepak Chopra expo we were in, they asked me, what are the aliens or star beings here to do? And I said, well, I can't tell you what all of them are here to do because they're here to do different things. But the ones we work with, it's all about healing and ascension. It's about you knowing more about yourself and shedding the stuff that is hindering you and incorporating more that will support you, and ultimately raising your vibration to hit higher levels of spiritual ascension. And so that's what we do every month in our Cindy's Insiders Club as well. We work with the Seraphim, and we are on our ascension growth constantly, and it's just amazing. But with light activation, that's what their focus is. Because the more that we can be better and ascend, the more they can be better and they can ascend. So it's helps, and it's for everyone's good involved. Okay, so I'll be working with the Syrians, and then Homer.
Well, I also work with the Syrians too, but I will work with whoever will come in at that moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to pick someone to directly work with.
Oh, I mean, I could ask. I could ask a number of people. Okay,
People?
I have one.
Okay.
Yeah,
who is it?
You want me to name the person or just?
It's a person?
Well, I can name the race.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
No, I'll keep it that as Syrian. I'll keep it general.
Okay. All right. He's going to keep it general.
Mm-hmm.
And who are you going to be tapping in with?
I'm actually going to tap into the galactic dragons.
Okay.
That's part of the, different star systems. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Now, I can only see my picture. I don't see you guys, or I don't see the chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see the sharing of the screen.
That's weird because
Okay.
I can see. It must be a setting you're in. Well, you know what, Homer, you could take that off because I would like you to be more connected and present.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
All righty. So Homer, do you want to look in the room and see who you're guided to?
Let's see.
Whoever said that they would, I said to say I'm in. So anybody who said I'm in, you can choose from one of those people.
Okay. Type right now.
Well, they did.
Oh, they
so
did.
Can you scroll up and down?
Okay.
But they can type again.
Yeah. Whoever wants one right now. Type it in right now.
We're wearing our crystal, I was going to say headpiece crowns, because they are amplifying and connecting. So that's why we're wearing them tonight. Did you pick someone, Homer?
How about Tika Tomi?
Tika Tomi. Okay,
Tika
welcome,
Tomi.
Tika Tomi. Where are you from? Thank you for being here.
I love your name, Tika Tomi.
Whew. Okay, so who wants to go first with us? Homer, do you want to go first, or?
No, you could go.
Oh, thank you. You guys are always so nice to let me go first. I always appreciate you let me go first. Okay, Tika Tommy's from New York. So what we're going to do, I want like everyone here to just relax, maybe even close your eyes and receive the frequencies, because we're tapping into these specific frequencies to speak with Tika Tommy's, whoever's coming in for messages, and they're all from the galactic realm. So as we move in, I am seeing a bright blue, like a electric blue, royal blue, beam of light. And that's significant for you. That color will help you with opening your third eye, they're telling me. If you can get either some kind of stone that is that color, or even they're telling me lapis lazuli, if you get lapis lazuli and put it on your third eye, that will also help to open your third eye. And they're telling me that your third eye really wants to open more. Like you're already intuitive, but they're taking me deep into your third eye right now, and they're giving me a tour of your third eye. And I've never had a tour of anybody's third eye like that. So this is interesting. But I am coming in and I am seeing like the walls of mirrors, like the reflection. And they're telling me what you see of other things around you is a reflection of something you need to know about yourself. I know that, we hear those kind of tag phrases, but yours in particular has to do with healing, your awareness of your spiritual knowledge and your growth. I'm also hearing that you are connected with ancient lines, and they keep mentioning Hermes. Hermes. So I don't know if you've heard of Hermes or the laws of Hermetics, going into sacred geometry, going into they're talking about polar opposites. Like that's how you learn a lot. I'm getting a lot of chills. So that means it's confirming messages. So polar opposites is a big thing for you. So either you're really resonating with something or you're really not resonating with something. And you don't do a whole lot in between. It's either this way or that way. And they're saying you need to make some decisions and get really clear about your path and what you want to bring in. And that third eye has a lot to do with your future, your destiny. Opening your third eye is going to change your life. You are a healer, and you have the ability to do deep healing work. And they're actually encouraging you to do that because that's going to help you with your third eye. But remember the color, get the lapis lazuli, work on opening that third eye. And, working with any one of us on this show or any of the other shows, they're all practitioners. If you really resonate with somebody and you want to work on this is the kind of thing we can help you with as well. So those are and the polar opposites are really important for you to recognize. Get out of there, get out of being one way or the other, because where you need to be is focused, clear, concise, and know what you want to go after and put focus to it, because otherwise you're getting caught in the back and the forth and you don't make a lot of forward motion. Okay.
Ooh.
Homer?
Yeah. Just to go off on what you were saying, Cindy, for Tika Tomi. So I was getting the same thing. There is not a clear direction. Like I see yourself going like a zigzag. So there are a lot of things going on, but you're not as clear where the goal is. Just, yeah, zigzag, zigzag. But you know when to change when you have to, kind of like a chameleon. That's what I mean. Like knowing how to, I don't know, there's a term for it, I can't remember, but like being a chameleon, you have that ability to kind of work with your environment, but
weave in and out, shape shift.
Yeah.
Fade in, fade out.
Not being as grounded as you could, because I'm seeing just kind of like, and I even drew a picture for you, but like the Roadrunner, the cartoon, like really going back and forth. And in fact, I wasn't planning on this, but I actually got a galactic bird that I know of that is very similar, because that was the image I was getting. And here's a quick sketch. But if you could think of like the Roadrunner, but it's the size of a chicken and it runs in the zigzag. So that's what they were showing me, and I kept wondering, why are you showing me the Cicatria? That's what we call them, Cicatria. But it's not that you are one, but they were just showing me you're running like a Cicatria, which is like a Roadrunner going zigzag. So like not focusing on one thing, but moving on to the next kind of thing going on.
Yeah, as long as you're distracted, you don't have to like really get focused and go. Yeah, the distractions are a thing that you can get lost in.
But I also got the cobalt blue, like the deep blue that you mentioned. So very healing, and you do have, if you tap into that, you have a natural ability to heal. I think it runs in your family line.
Awesome. Okay,
So the blue, that's the color I was getting too. And what I was getting was that your heart chakra is actually opening more and more, like unfolding of the flowers. But there are some emotions that you don't want to look at, like, like those emotions that we consider negative or the heavier emotions. But those things needs to fall out of your heart chakra so you can be more open. And also what I was getting was you are very, very sensitive. So like your environment and the people around you and the things that happens in your life can affect your emotions. But you have to realize you need to be the generator of your the feeling, the vibration. So you need to be like the generator. That's how you become instead of being affected by something outside of you, negatively or positively, don't rely on that. You have to like take the power and stand in your power and be honest with your feeling. And that needs to generate out into the world. And because you are like Cindy and Homer said, a natural healer, and that's something you can bring out to the world. But first you need to let go of the thing that maybe, deep down in your heart chakra that needs to be let go of, and be honest with your feelings and like start generating, instead of being affected by outside in. So that was the message from the Galactic Dragons.
Cool.
wow, you're getting some very direct guidance. This is how they discuss things in a very direct and matter-of-fact way. Okay, great. Thank you, Tikatomi, for allowing us to tune in for you. And then, do you want to go through the chat and see who you're drawn to pick?
Sure. Hold on. Let me scroll back.
And again, my background will be getting dark, and I'm doing that on purpose so you can see the lasers.
How about Allison?
Okay. Allison, New York or NY? I'm assuming that's New York.
Yeah.
Okay, Allison. Okay, so this time, do you guys, someone want to go first? Or are you going to be so nice to let me go first again?
I'm going to be nice.
Nice. Okay, I'll start. So again, I'm tuning in with the Syrians, the ones that channeled in the light activation healing system to me. So the first thing I'm hearing for you, Allison, is go with your heart. I'm feeling, they're telling me, it's stuck energy in your throat because it helps to stuff your heart down. Big heart. But you're also at the same time picky about allowing that to be spread out. I sense you're a very compassionate person, but also I get a feeling of sort of private as well. So they're saying it's time for you to come out of your box. It's time for you to come out of your shell. And then they're showing me this turtle with the head popping out and looking around. They're like, yeah, come out of your shell. It's time for you to be seen. You have a lot of knowledge, and knowledge is never given to us to keep to ourselves. Knowledge is always given to us to share with others. And so they're saying, get out of your box and come share. Come use your voice. Come speak. Take those blockages out. So I'm not getting that you're putting a blockage there necessarily, but you are choosing to hold back a lot. I just keep feeling like you like to keep things personal to yourself. And you might have some close friends. I don't know, but I just get a sense that you kind of keep a lot of information in, and it's time for you to start sharing that. They're also showing me a book. So I don't know if it's something that you need to write. I'm hearing yes. But they also say that sometimes you doubt your messages, your skill, and they want you to come out and start sharing so you realize that more people are getting the same messages as you, and you will feel more confident in what you're getting. So come out, come out, come out and share. Okay.
Yeah, I was getting the same thing, like to like maybe like write a blog or like using social media, but like start sharing your messages or the knowledges that you have, because there are people who need to hear those messages. And I was almost doing the same thing as Cindy. So, like, very private person, like you're very caring, but maybe like if somebody asks you a question, you're probably going to answer, but you may not, like put it out there, like just to share it, out there. But that's something that they are encouraging you to do, because we really need to take part in this ascension process. We each have those parts in it, and like maybe that's uncomfortable for us to do so, but those messages needs to be delivered to whoever needs to hear those things. So like instead of focusing like your comfort or discomfort, think a little bit bigger, and like those messages needs to be delivered. So that may make you a little bit more comfortable to do those things. So, but yeah, like definitely writing the books or the blogs or but like really sharing those knowledges, higher knowledges and the wisdom that needs to come through and that need to be shared with people. So that's what I was getting to from the Galactic Dragons.
They're really cool, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
Homer?
Yeah. So usually I go straight to the heart, but I'm gonna try to change it up because I did get heart, but I'm like, well, anything else so I could. Well, I got throat. So kind of like what everyone said. Also with the throat, there is like you do second guess yourself sometimes. Like go with the first thing you get, because you can be intuitive too. And when you are, just stick with it. The first thing you get. So that's what I was hearing. You can be inspiring. So share the gifts that you have, share the light, speak the light, and you will inspire people. All you have to do is be authentic, be yourself, and you will inspire or even raise awareness with other people without even knowing it. Just the words that you speak, if it's coming from the heart, and of course, speaking your truth. And there was something else I got, but I just lost it. Yeah.
Maybe I got it. I just keep seeing your third eye just in the cosmos. Like I just see stars everywhere. So you're very aligned with those frequencies. So if that is just like who you are, and that's what I am seeing, then you are very close to the knowledge that you hear and receive. And now I can see why it's very important for you to get out and share.
Oh, now I remember.
Okay.
So everyone has angels. Everyone has a healing team, a team that works with them. So the message I was getting was work with your inspiration angels. You do have them, and I was feeling two that will work with you. So all you have to do is just say, "Inspiration angels, please work with me," and they'll work with you as long as you ask. If you don't ask, they can't help. So, well, they can help to a certain point, but just ask for their help and they will help you.
Okay. Let's move on to another one. Thank you so much. Michelle Harmon, we're going to tune in with you. So I'll go first. I'll just spare the question. Okay, so we are, again, still tapping in with the same frequencies. And wow, Allison, I have to say, has a blog and wrote a book. So there you have it. Okay,
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Michelle Harmon. Okay. So right as I start tuning in with you, Michelle, I get this like this fast forward, like leap, or not even a leap, like just soaring out into the universe. And remember, I'm channeling the Syrians that channeled the light activation healing system to me. They say you are on the fast track. Don't think that you're slow. Don't think you should have gone further, that you should be better, that you're going faster than you even realize. And this year, you're really going to take off. They're asking that you work on your third eye more. Be more, get to know your clairvoyance a lot more. They want you not to move away from your heart-centered messages, or your empathy, or your sensitivity, or your clairsentience. Not to totally move away from that, but focus on the third eye, because they said when you do that, you won't feel as drained from the people that you work with, or wherever you are at. It's that you're connecting with people on a more feeling level, and that is what pulls, and it like pulls it and drains you, pulls the plug out of you, and the drain just starts happening. But if you use your third eye, you're not going to be so connected into people. You want that, kind of barrier, but still tune in and see. And again, they're showing me a lot of stars around you. So there are a lot of star being guides that would love to work with you, and teach you healing, they're saying light activation, but they say that is your path, because you are already aligned with it, and that's why you were attracted to it. So third eye, clairvoyance, not to stay away from the feeling, but use that as like a second or third level of your messages. Don't use it as your first. Okay, Homer.
So, let's see, who are we doing? We're
Michelle Harmon.
Oh yeah, Michelle Harmon. Okay, sorry. No, I did tap into your energy. So the first thing I was getting was water. I kept saying water, water, water. So I don't know if water is your element, but that's what I was getting. But it's kind of like a disconnect, like being away from your element. So I don't know how often you go to water, but also I was hearing be aware of your thoughts when you are in water. Make sure your thoughts are higher in vibration, because if your thoughts are in low vibration or lower vibration in water, it amplifies that. And it is your element from what I was hearing. And yeah, I mean, I was just even seeing a world where it was like a water world where you really enjoyed being there. So that's why being around water, I don't know, I was just feeling that love that you have for that. But when you're away from it, it just feels like a disconnect, like you're away from home.
Wow.
And you have a lovely world, by the way.
So you must be probably also related to a lot of Atlantean energy.
And I didn't know, the water I was feeling was like a warm, soothing water. A lot of planets around, well, no, a lot of suns that are around your planet. That's why the water is very warm.
Oh.
And bright.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So the first thing I was getting was like, you are extremely hard on yourself. So you need to cut some slack on your, like progress or the productivity and stuff like that. But like another picture I was seeing is like, like there's like a big net and then you're like pulling those things forward. It's like, like you're pulling all those people around you forward, but there are within that people, there are some people that would like lag your progress behind. So you may need to, keep some rest because your progress is important. And also, helping other people around you is important too. But there are better ways than what you're doing, as in like it's more energy efficient and then it's better for you. In general, that feels good for you. Not so much like hiring and like you can do a lot of things and like, but at the same time, you do it and like you crash in a sense, like it's almost like a burnout. And then you have to recover from it. So, and that's really not very efficient at all. So, and like, like as a leader, if you're a leader and, like you can't do anything, take a sick leave in a sense. So it would be a good thing that you can keep going in a sense, like think about longevity of it. So make sure that you're taken care of and you can take care of the people that you are leading, so to speak. But there's a better way, so you need to tap into, open to a better way. Don't settle with like what you are doing is working, so it's okay. Don't be like that. That sounds like contradicting to what I said earlier on the first part, like you're extremely hard on yourself. But like that needs to go too. That's part of the that's not working.
Right.
If that makes sense.
So, just an example, when Homer and I and myself teach light activation, we do the 1 through 3. That's one course, 3 levels. So that's 5 days. And then we do, well, it depends. And then we do right after we move into the mastery, and that's another very intensive 4 days. And then we moved into teachers, and that can be 4 or 5 days. So we do it all in a row. So we could be teaching for, up to 15 days in a row. And these classes are not like little classes. They're deep and they're intense. And not only that, when we leave class and go home or we usually stay in the Airbnb together, we're actually seeing our clients before we go teach and after when we come home. Come back. So not only are we teaching all day and holding energy for our students, but we're also seeing our clients in the mornings and then in the evenings. And then after those 15 days, we will often go and lead a Mount Shasta journey. So we will go up there for 4 days or 5 days. And so that's like 20 days of constant go and
High frequency.
high frequency constantly, but we're doing it and we're not drained. And sometimes we barely get any sleep, but we take good care of ourselves and we know how to not take on the energies of other people and know how to just stay in our power, receive the frequencies, and how to work with it in a way that we're not going to get burned out. So intense. So that's something that everybody, could look at themselves and say, like, could you do that and feel good when you're done? Okay. So let's see. Homer, do you want to go through the list and pick another person?
I thought I saw Joey on here. How about Joey?
Okay. Hello, Joey. He was on Facebook. Now he's on my YouTube channel. He gets around.
Hey, Joey.
Okay. So here we go, Joey. Thank you, Michelle. And here we go, Joey. So I don't know why, but the Syrians are showing me you, Joey, like in an apple orchard. Or it could be a space area with things that look like apples. And they see you going along, stumbling on the apples that are on the ground and trying to pick apples that are higher, but missing them and stumbling and missing and feeling very frustrated as you're kind of falling all over the place through this beautiful apple orchard that has delicious apples, but you see them everywhere, but you just can't seem to get one. And so what I'm hearing is you need to be cut a break. You need to be cut a break And then they're telling me that there are hindrances around you. And they're saying, you know what they are, you know who they are. It's a common thing that continues in your life. And unfortunately, when those around you don't stay up with your growth and your change, it's like you're pulling them like a ball and chain with you. So it stops you and it just drags them. And so that's why you're missing all these opportunities, because you're putting in so much energy to pulling someone along or people along with you and not getting to what you want. Even though you see it all around you, you can even taste it in your mouth, you can even smell it in the air. You just keep stumbling and missing it. So I want to know from the Syrians what you need to do. They're like, you know what? You know the tools, cut the cord and let people have their journey. Don't let yourself get all frustrated and caught up in their thing. You need to just set really perfect, clear boundaries and not let people cross them. That is you stating your protection, you stating your space, and not allowing anyone to get into your space. Everybody needs their own space. It doesn't matter if you have kids or you're married or friends or anything else. Everybody deserves to have their own space, and you need yours so you can get that apple, have it in your hand, eat it, get nourished by it, and live this vibrant, delicious, beautiful life that you've actually already created around you. It's all there. You can smell it, you can see it. You just are having a hard time grabbing it. And it's the people around you that are keeping you from it. Okay,
So that's really interesting, the apple orchard. What I first saw was like, it's like you standing on like the, not like a farm, but like the crops all around you. So like that tells me like you are hardworking on those things, like, you know, spiritual practices and all those tools. You know all those things and you practice them as well. But at the same time, you need to shift the focus. Like there's a lot of times that you are focusing on looking at the problems itself, not so much the solution and like the reward or like how actually it's working. So that needs to be your focus, not like what's going wrong. So that shift like because the where the dimension the problem exists and the where the problem doesn't exist, it's a completely different dimension. So you cannot be in like both dimensions at the same time, so you have to choose. So the dragons were telling me like that, like you really need to tap into the joy and love and all those, you know, good feelings. That's your life. Like you need to claim that's your life and not like focusing on fixing the problems. Like, you know, like if you keep fixing the problem, guess what? You're gonna keep fixing the problem because that's what you're going to do. That's the dimension you are in. So you have to completely shift your focus and really claim, okay, my life is gonna be really fun and like those are the things that this is how it's going to work. So that's the clear separation in the dimension. So that's what I was getting.
yeah, and you don't have to drag anyone into where you're going. Let them be where they're going to be, but you go where you're going to go and stay there.
Yeah, because those, you know, all those crops that you cultivated, that's yours. And like if somebody come in and trample those things, you know, beautiful flowers or like, you know, delicious vegetables and fruits, that's gonna be upsetting. Of course it is, you know, but don't let them in the first
Right.
place, you know, if they don't align with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Homer?
I was getting the same thing. Shift your dimension. Yeah, there's a lot of heaviness around you, but that's not really you. I mean, I was sensing a commonality with you, Joey, and with me. Very adventurous, but with the circumstances living on this planet and the situation that you're currently in, it's the heaviness. But deep down, you're like me, like wanting to explore. And I see you too, like me, exploring other worlds, other dimensions. And you do have the ability to do that. I just I know you can wake up to that. If not now, you will. And once you do that, you will find all the joy around you. Because, I mean, out there, it's so magical. And I know you can do the same.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there you go, Joey. You know what to do to get your apples. Okay. Do you want to look at the list and pick somebody?
Okay, let me go up on the top and see. How about Judy?
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure there's only one. All right. Let's start. Okay. So what I'm getting for you, Judy, they're showing me you walking down this hallway. And the hallway's dark, but the doorways that are open have light. And you're content walking in the dark. You don't really care about those rooms that have the light. It's like what I'm hearing is you want to discover things that are deeper. It's almost like you don't want to go where it's easy to see what it is. You want to go for what's in the depths, what isn't easy to see, what you can find that's deeper. So that's great. I mean, that's exploring deeper parts of you. And they say that is where you're most happy, is when you are free to really dig deep into yourself and get to know your soul on a soul-based level. They are saying it would be good for you to actually go on a spiritual journey or do some kind of travel like that, where you're exposed to your soul and your essence, because you will learn so much more about yourself that your whole life would be different. You wouldn't put up with settling for things that are less. You would let go of hindrances and you would move on. And they said it would be pretty quick. Like, you would not be stuck in what you know. You would just jump and move to the next level. But it takes a very deep experience to have that kind of a shift, and they are asking you to consider to do that to help you. Okay, Homer.
Judy, I was feeling a lot of heaviness. So, yeah, you don't feel as free. That's what I was feeling. But yeah, to lighten up. So I was getting fairy races that was coming to me to help lighten you up. And I do know of a few that maybe you could work with, that will help lighten you up. I won't say their names, but I will give you at least two types of fairies that you can work with. One is yellow, and they're about maybe half an inch. But and I'll let them know if they could work with you. But they're known to lighten people up, to make them laugh, and think you need to laugh more to lighten up, of course. And also, they also help people lose weight if they're 50 pounds over. So, I mean, not that you are, but I'm just saying that they are known to do that, to lighten people up emotionally and physically. Only, like, physically only to a certain point. Like, they won't work on me, for example, but on certain people. But not to say you are, but they know to lighten up, and I'm gonna put a note to them to work with you. And also another one that I was getting to, it's a fairy race, but very galactic to me. So okay, yeah. So they look black, but their wings are metallic. But because they're showing me that the heaviness there needs to lighten up, so they need to work on shifting that. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Okay, I.
So what I was getting was like the first thing I saw was like it's like you standing in like a haze or the fog. So like it's really not clear to you, and it's like everything is kind of stagnant and heavy and like kind of dark in a sense. And but another thing is like you are complacent about it. Like you're kind of comfortable in it. So first thing, like you need to let go of the attachment, as in like a feeling comfortable with the stagnation. There is no brownie point that you get from suffering. So that oh my god. I didn't mean it in a harsh way, but like
That's how they talk, though.
I know that's what
you
they're.
know what I mean? Like sometimes, like we think like struggling and suffering through things, like we are doing the right thing, but it's really not. Like sometimes we just need to let go, and like because the stagnation tend to happen in your life, whether it's the life or within your body or within your energy system, you really need to do something drastic, like something really out of the norm. Like Cindy said, like spiritual journey would be very, very good for you because that will take you out of everyday life. Because sometimes like we don't know, like we are feeling uncomfortable sometimes until we feel better, you know? So that's part of it too. Like your norm of like a low grade discomfort is like so familiar to you that you maybe like in your feeling that's a normal thing, but it's really not. Like there's something better available for you, like a lighter and a brighter feeling of it. But you need to do something like really out of the norm to step out of it. Yeah, so
Right.
that's the message from the galactic dragon.
Okay, good. Well, I'm just going to go over our time just a little bit. Let me see who else I can call on. Let's see somebody that I have not seen before. I saw somebody, Carol Jandrow. I don't know if I said that right. But you're in. So you are in, girl. Carol Jandrow. I hope I said that right. Carol. Okay. So let's all tune in. And I am seeing you moving up into the cosmos further and further and deeper and further. And that kind of makes me laugh when I say that because that's part of our standard light activation healing meditation. And so when I'm saying that, it's kind of, like, wait a minute. They're saying they want to take you deeper than you've ever gone before. So I just feel a very Star Trek sort of energy here. I just feel like this connection to outer worlds, outer space, interdimensions. And I'm getting that you're actually a portal worker. You're a portal, not a worker, a portal, not a monitor, but
Opener?
somebody who monitors portals. What did you say, Homer?
Like a guardian. Or
Like a guardian, yeah, like a portal guardian. Someone who
gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. Yeah, that's a perfect one. Perfect. And you may not even know it. I'm getting chills. Your life is so much deeper than you even know. And they want to take you there. And they're asking you to step it up. Now, it's really funny because, and it's not funny like a ha-ha funny, but kind of is. The messages we get on a galactic level are always very focused, pinpointed, and like, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's very formulated and very clear. So they just get to the point and say they want to take you further than you've been, that you already have a place that you are working multidimensionally in, that you're already doing the work. Your soul is doing that work. And it happens a lot when you're in your dream state, but they're showing me you have all these lifetimes going on at the same time. So when is that dream state? When really is that dream state? Because maybe when you're dreaming, that's your real, life, and maybe not. But in any case, they're showing me all these different lives you have and all these different levels. And that's one where you have a very high level job. And it's something that not everybody gets a job like that. So you're very connected when you are going to be a portal guardian or a what did you call it, gatekeeper or whatever, you were selected for that. You were supposed to do that. You were doing that when you came here and were born. You've been doing that. You've always done that. That's something about what your real, that's not your only essence, but it is a significant essence of yours. This could be really interesting and really deep. So they're inviting you to get involved and to go there. They want to take you further than you've ever been. Okay, Homer?
Yeah, to go on the gatekeeping portal theme. Yeah, I mean, that's a very important job. I mean, where I do my galactic work at the academy, we have a lot of portals. We have a lot of elevators, a lot of gates that any one of us can go into. But a gatekeeper is very important because they monitor where you go, when you will go, like everywhere and every when. And you do have a very important job. But you do tend to go out there, and I don't blame you. It's very fun out there. So they're showing me, but you're not as grounded here as well. So it's finding the balance. So doing the work out there, but also having a foothold here. I do the same thing. I know sometimes it's easy just to go out there, enjoy yourself out there, and it's so much fun, but also ground yourself a little more. Yeah, they were showing me it's kind of like a haze or a fog sometimes when you're thinking, I guess, like a haziness. Not as clear as you could be, or not as grounded and focused.
Okay.
Welcome to my world.
So the first thing I saw was like it's like, you know, like a giant star that's like sitting on top of like a Christmas tree, like that's above you, and like you're looking up to the star. That's what I saw the first. So like really reach for, you know, like what you think that's really like, maybe like, backtrack a little bit more. So it's really fuzzy for you what's possible and what's not possible. Kind of like Cindy said, you know, like what's dream and what's reality. It's like a little bit fuzzy for you, but like what you think is not possible because you think that's in your imagination or in your dream, it is possible. You know, those things are like, it's really there, but you have to go reach it, and then you have to believe it, and then you gotta align with it. And like the kind of like the portal thing that like that's kind of like, you know, like your thing. And like what I was getting was like you need to pay attention to like times a little bit more, like time frames, like, and also like really remembering like what's happening around you, like paying detailed attention, because there's so much more, and then that will help you more understand more like your role and like how you can function better in this world and stuff like that. But like really like reach for like what you think is like your imagination. Like, and you may think it's not possible, but like really reach higher, like, you know, reaching for the star kind of thing. But really you gotta go for it.
Great.
It's real.
Well, this is really exciting stuff. We need to come back and do more galactic readings soon, because I
know it's so hard.
I love the possibilities and the expansiveness of these messages. They're not your everyday kind of, you know, do this with your life. It's like really getting into your soul essence and uncovering a little piece for you that we can share with you, you know. So we're going to come back and do more of these at a future date for sure, because they are super amazing. And there's so many more of you that I want to do this for. So definitely
there's a lot of star people in the chat room.
Let's actually make a date for this. Not next Friday, because next Friday we're going to be here talking about the star.
Our trip to Sedona.
We're going to talk about star aliens and ancients of Sedona. That's going to be next Friday. Let me start with this Tuesday. We're doing supernatural experiences. That is going to be awesome. We're bringing 2 guys on here who traveled with us to India, Peru, Bimini, Bahamas, Hawaii, Shasta. They've been on a lot of experiences with us. You guys are going to have a ball with them. That's Tuesday, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Next Friday, we're doing aliens and the aliens and ancients of Sedona. The 3 of us will be here with another person, Mosen, who was on these experiences with us. We'll be talking about some crazy things that happen in Sedona. And then the next Tuesday, I don't know what we're going to do, but that next Friday, so not this next Friday, the Friday after, is that a good time for you?
Hold on, let me check.
I think is that October 2nd?
October 2nd? Yeah, that's fine. 6 o'clock?
Yeah, Pacific.
Pacific time, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to just put that on the books now. We're going to come back and do more galactic reading.
I know we have a lot of star people here in the chat room. And
yeah. So we will do that. And so just watch for the announcements on my Facebook, on Homer's Facebook, on my YouTube channel, wherever you're seeing this. Just watch for the announcements as I put them on
Facebook.
Well, I don't know if I is sharing them, but yeah, if I is sharing them, you can find them on her Facebook. But if she's not sharing them, okay, so I just want to thank everyone for being here. And Homer, thank you for sharing some of your many tools. And it's really great. We're going to have Homer show some of his amazing drawings. He's got binders full of drawings. So maybe we can have him pick a theme because he has so many. Maybe just pick a theme and work with some of them. And yeah, that would be exciting to do as well. So thank you so much. We are going to have our next light activation healing classes next July 2021, somewhere. I want to say Calistoga, but we definitely.
Oh, that's in California.
Yeah, I definitely would like to find high ceilings so we can do it with the pyramids, and that class would be out of this world. And imagine if you're getting this here, what it would be like to be in a class with us with the pyramids doing the work.
I know. I feel like I'm going to get beamed up at any moment.
Yeah, so if you're interested on getting on the list, make sure you let me know, because we'll only be able to keep so many people in the class depending on where we're having it. So get on the list early. It's never too early, right? July 2021 will come faster than you think. It's less than a year away. Okay, well, thank you again, everyone. Please, if you would like this, share it, comment. All those things help us to keep coming back and, having more amazing people join us and share with the frequency. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye.